was promised a fantasy romance. One girl, one sacred duty, one swoony guard. Maybe a kiss under the stars, maybe some light prophecy. What I got? An isolated heroine in religious captivity, a morally bankrupt kingdom full of fanged liars, and a man who walked in, smirked once, and rearranged my entire belief system. This wasn't a fantasy. This was a spiritual crisis in thigh armor. Let's talk about From Blood and Ash. But fair warning, I'm not coming out of this review emotionally intact, and neither are you. Act 1. No touching, no talking, just trauma. We open on Poppy, a girl raised to be holy, untouchable, seen but veiled, heard but never listened to. She's the maiden TM, symbol of purity, prophecy bait in pearls, living relic of the gods. And by gods, I mean a bunch of bloodthirsty rich people with divine branding and zero accountability. Poppy is not allowed to fight, not allowed to speak freely, not allowed to feel anything except religious devotion and mild gratitude. So, naturally, she sneaks out at night to stab monsters in the face. Because she's angry. Because she's grieving. Because being worshipped as an object is not the same as being loved. But this world doesn't want her fierce. It wants her quiet, soft, controlled. So when Craven attack and the kingdom installs a new guard at her side, everything begins to unravel. His name is Hawke, and he walks in like he owns the air she breathes. He sees her, really sees her. And for the first time in her life, Poppy wonders what it might feel like to want something for herself. Act 2. Blasphemy, biceps, and brain rot. Here's how it starts. She is not supposed to speak to him, so she does. She is not supposed to train with him, so she does. She's not supposed to think about him, so she dreams about him with a knife at her throat and his mouth at her ear. And somehow it still feels like a holy experience. Willa Collins would weep. Hawke is chaos in a leather vest. He flirts like it's a weapon, he smirks like it's foreplay, and every time he calls her princess, I lose 1 year off my lifespan, voluntarily. Meanwhile, the Ascended are acting weird. The Craven are frothing at the borders, and Poppy's having prophetic nightmares that may or may not be actual memories. So, naturally, our girl starts asking questions. Why do the Ascended avoid sunlight? Why does no one ever return from Ascension? Why does the truth always show up with blood on its boots and a suspiciously hot bodyguard? But every time she digs deeper, Hawke is there, breathing too close, looking too long, offering to help her train, like it's not the world's hottest euphemism. And I am holding on by a thread made of smut and emotional damage. Act 3. Betrayal speedrun. 3 lies per minute. So here we are. Poppy's veil is off. Her walls are down. Her dagger is somewhere. And so is her common sense. She kisses him. She trusts him. She starts imagining things like freedom, choice, holding hands in public. And just as she starts to believe in him, boom! The law bomb goes off. Turns out Hawke is not just morally grey. No, he's morally opaque. Like blackout curtain levels of secrecy. Everything she thought she knew? Lies. The Ascended, vampiric cult leaders. The Kingdom, a blood-soaked MLM. Hawke? Sir, your LinkedIn is a crime. And then he kidnaps her. Not romantically, not metaphorically, like full horse-drawn abduction. And just when you think it can't get worse, you turn the page and the carriage stops. And you know what that means. Act 4. Carriage. Scene. Level 10 lust disaster. You know that TikTok sound?
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, that's me reading this scene while simultaneously cheering her on from the astral plane. Because this is not romance, this is war. She's in a carriage, she's been lied to, kidnapped and emotionally gutted. There are guards, there are secrets, there is no reason for what happens next. And yet, it's happening. The tension, nuclear. The dialogue, illegal. The vibes, dagger in his thigh, smut on the Lord's Day levels of feral. And when I tell you this scene hit harder than any confessional in this entire kingdom, it's not soft, it's not forgiving. It is spite-fueled blasphemy with eye contact. And I am unwell. I am vibrating. I am texting my therapist a fake name and asking for help. Act 5. Knifewife Origins. Marriage proposal of doom. By the time she reaches the stronghold, Poppy is done. Done playing nice. Done playing pure. Done pretending she didn't enjoy every second of that sinful carriage detour. She's seen the truth. The Ascended are monsters. The kingdom is a cult. And the gods? Still not answering their customer service line. But Hawke, or whoever this man really is, doesn't beg. He doesn't plead. He just says, "Let me destroy the world with you." And she says yes. No hesitation, no repentance, no refunds. This isn't a romance. It's a war pact with tongue. And in that moment, she doesn't just fall in love. She becomes dangerous. This wasn't a romance. It was a reckoning. A girl raised to be holy who became free. A kingdom built on silence, now echoing with the sound of knives. I didn't fall in love. I fell into a spiral of teeth, of lies, of thigh armor and smirking betrayal. Spiritually compromised and fully unhinged. From Blood and Ash didn't seduce me. It converted me, and I'll never be pure again. And just when I thought I'd recovered, I cracked open the sequel and immediately flatlined. Where Poppy is angry, where the lies go deeper, where the word flesh is in the title. And I'm already compromised. So if you think this was the worst of it, oh, baby, stick around. We haven't even gotten to the prophecy, or the crown, or the feral knifewife she's about to become. Pray for your heart, pray for your morals, and bring your bloodstone blade. It's open season on the Ascended. And hey, drop a comment if you've already lost your soul to this series. We ride at dawn.